Hello, welcome to JAV Show. This is Jorge.
And this is Viv.
And Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, friends. Happy 2025. It's been 13 years since the world ended.
Yeah, we've been 13 days from our
13
last meal.
What the fuck?
It's been 2 weeks since we saw civilization.
No, it's just been 13 years.
Stuck in this basement for 13 years. We don't know if the air outside is safe.
Yes. Yes. We will soon eat Lumi and Taro.
I'd rather just die.
Yeah, it's not a lot of meat, to be honest. It's not really that worth.
Not worth.
I mean, in fact, they might eat us.
No. I was going to say I'll set them free, but no, they would die.
They'll die instantly.
Yeah.
Just give them the good old chloroform. All right, Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New
We
Year's.
are going to talk about our New Year's resolution this podcast. We do this every year just so we can disappoint ourselves from our last year and then be hopeful for the next year.
We just went over off air our last year's New Year's resolution podcast just to hear what we put down. And yeah, there was a lot that we have not done.
I mean, we'll go one by one, I guess. So I'll start with one and then we'll skip to you and stuff.
Okay.
Mine, this was probably the biggest failure one, is I was trying to work internationally and that didn't really work out for me. Yeah, I just straight up failed that one. But that's okay, I guess. I learned some things of the international market. I've talked to some people about it. It's cool. It's
I mean, it also doesn't mean that it's completely failed. You could try again this year or next year or the year after that.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to force it. So it's kind of like I'm not going to go out of my way to look for it. But if the opportunity arises, I would hopefully step up to the occasion. But we'll see.
Do you think that's really hard to find? Like an overseas role or job opportunity if you're not actively trying to push for it?
I don't know. I know for sure, like me last year, for sure it was harder. But me this year, I feel like in the last year, I've learned a lot. And I feel like I've gained some more experience and credibility of myself that might help.
Oh, I just saw on your LinkedIn today while I was randomly scrolling
that fucking
you got
certification.
Your BEE certification. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens from there. But I also think a little bit of that like desire was born out of boredom too. But now I've been a lot busier, so I haven't thought about it too much. But I always find that's usually what happens. Like when you don't look for something, it comes.
Mm.
Or at least in my life, it's like I'll want something real bad, and then I'll like not think about it for like 3 months, and then not even really desired anymore, and then the opportunity will arise.
Are you into these law of theory shit?
I'm into, for sure, the luck thing. I think you can burn your luck.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I was going to specifically mention one called the law of detachment. And it's exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Where if you hold on to an idea and you're consistently chasing it, then the idea is that in your head, it'll always be something to be chased and something that is always an arm's length away. So if you detach from it and say, yeah, like if I get it, I get it. If I don't get it, I won't get it. But like it's something that I do want, then it's not necessarily something that in your head you place an arm's length away from you, but it's something that is possibly like yours. And so it's kind of like it's called the law of detachment, and it's exactly what you were just saying.
Yeah. It's like you have a crush, and then you stop having a crush on her, and then all of a sudden she starts wanting to talk to you more.
Yes, it's like
classic.
you're consistently chasing her, and then when you stop chasing her, you're like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Then she'll be like, wait a minute.
He's so nonchalant now.
Yeah,
and
why
so
doesn't
cool.
he care? Maybe maybe I should go out with him.
Maybe it's puberty. Yeah, kinda, but like only on certain things, like luck-based things. So like for example, me getting that Microsoft certificate, me getting my PN, me getting my degree, I was like, no, it's not. Like I've always desired it the entire duration.
Oh yeah, and I wouldn't say that's luck. It's just hard work.
Right? No, so like those things are things I desire and I chase, and there's no I don't want it anymore, and then I got it. Right? So those are things where it's like I know for sure I can do. I just have to go for it, right? But then when it comes to like luck-based things, then I do believe in that theory where it's like if you want it too badly, it'll be more out of your reach.
Oh,
But those are luck-based, you know what I mean? Like luck-based things, situations. It's like the more you want it, I feel like the less it comes to you. But then the other things aren't luck-based at all. I think it's just straight up, just do the work. There's a method, there's a way. Other people have done it. It's not like some weird thing, right?
There are specific steps in order for you to do in order to get it. And it's literally do these steps and you will get it.
Yeah. So those things, I don't believe in that. But then and I feel like most things are kind of like that. But some things aren't. Some things are more luck-based. And I think those things are. So, for example, for the longest time, I wanted to find like a mentor and I just can't find one. And I think maybe because I wanted one so badly, because everyone keeps saying it's the greatest thing ever. I was like, oh, sweet. I kind of want one, and I just can't find one. And then, I mean, I still haven't found one, but I care less about that. And I feel like that might be in the category of luck-based, where it's like...
I can kind of see that, too.
You can't really force it, you know what I mean? You can't like... everyone you see, you always like, oh, maybe this guy will be a mentor, maybe... No, that's not how it works. It's kind of like...
Because then you're just forcing something that's not meant to be.
Yeah. It's more like a feeling and a...
I feel like that's with relationships, too.
Yeah, 100%. So, and I think kind of similar to the whole opportunities elsewhere or type of job opportunities, I feel like the more you want it, the less it kind of comes to you. And the more you're just open to getting better, then just things will just happen for you, is what I think, at least. So, yeah, kind of it's might be something I shouldn't think of right now and just work on shit I like to do.
I can see that.
But yeah, that was one of them for me last year where I pretty much completely failed. We can put down the big ol' F.
I think it's really nice, though, to also have things that you fail at because it shows some sort of area where you can grow and reflect on and see how you align with those previous goals. Maybe it wasn't something that you should have worked towards, or maybe it's something that you can pivot from, or you can change your goal around.
Right. Or it's better if I succeed all the time. Wouldn't that be amazing?
All right, yeah, that too.
Doesn't that sound fucking amazing?
Life ain't easy, okay?
Yeah, so I mean,
it's
I feel
a straight road. It's a boring story.
How about you, man? What's your? We'll go one by one.
Okay, the first one when we listened back to the podcast that I wrote down was start a business. I did start one.
Nice.
But I cannot tell anyone about it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of work. It's not nudes. It's a lot of work, and it's a business that I hope one day will take off to the point where I no longer need to work a 9 to 5.
Yep.
And so I've been doing the back end stuff of that all year. I've invested a decent amount of money into it.
Yep.
And I do that in my spare time. And so yes, I have started a business, and it's been going pretty well, actually.
Nice. Good to hear. My next one was climbing V5 consistently, I think.
You're at like V5s sometimes now, right?
I mean, I so like in September I actually got it consistent.
Oh, nice.
Where it was like 50% hit rate almost.
Nice.
And I got injured, and then I'm back to fucking. So like by year end I didn't get to my goal, but I got to by like September, and then I got back to and I got injured and shit, and then and then Sag after that.
Like it always sucks to get injured, especially in your fingers. I feel like it takes a long time.
Yeah, so I don't know. I wouldn't consider that as a fail, but I wouldn't consider that as a complete success either.
I can see that.
Like half. Like I did technically
Yes, you did
in September, but
it's about continuing that goal.
Yeah, it's about being consistent. So it's like I did half of the goal, not the full goal. I mean, it's cool.
Out of your control for getting an injury.
I mean, if I was a better person, I wouldn't.
All right, what kind of podcast is this?
Simple as that, Viv. Come on.
If I wasn't such a failure.
Yeah, but no. I mean, it's still gonna be my goal this year. I have no. It's kind of weird because like I don't actually desire to get to that much higher of a grade. So it's almost like I don't even want to put it as a goal anymore. It's kind of like
it just shows progression in a way, right?
Yeah, and honestly, I'm just having fun with it now. So
I can see that.
So I'm not too pressed on myself to make it into like a legit goal, because I feel like you should make goals that are actually attainable and you actually want to attain. Like not like it's good to dream and push big, but like if your goal is to have a child and it's like January already and you're single, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, you can.
I know, but it's
not
like,
in the most conventional ways.
It's just like, this might not be the best goal for you right now, you know? Like maybe it's like get a relationship first or something, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like, okay, I feel like it's good. I don't really want to push for a higher goal. Not because I don't believe that I can do a bit better, but it's just like I kind of have fun with it. It's kind of like how I have with volleyball now. It's like I'm having fun and I feel like I can still get better, but I'm not gonna stress myself all over this thing. There's more things in life that I'd rather focus more attention on right now.
I get that.
Yeah. So no, but climbing's still fun, and I still will go a lot, but I'm not gonna make a goal this year of it. Probably. What's your next one?
I wanted to mention something that I didn't make a goal last year, but every single year I think about it, and it's making a deadlift goal. And the reason why I didn't make it last year was because I injured my finger, and then I injured my knee.
Right.
And this year I also injured my knee even worse. And I feel like my grip just hasn't been the same since I injured my finger.
Yeah.
And I've been training it, and I would say it's probably like 80% what it used to be, but it's still significantly weaker than it was. And so ever since then, I stopped making a deadlift goal, and I've been making a deadlift goal since I was 18 every year.
Have you succeeded in most years, or?
Yes.
Oh, really?
But I stopped in the last 2 years because of like these freaking injuries.
Isn't that kind of like, I wouldn't say stressful, but like, isn't that really hard on your body to always try to make these massive goals?
I don't think so. Not for deadlifting, because I feel like it's just hypertrophy, right? So it's essentially, as long as you stick to your workout plan and you stay consistent, you should reach that goal easily. And I usually knock it down by like 20 pounds. So, and even if, as long as I follow my regime, then I should go past that goal anyways. But I give like a little bit of room for
you're sandbagging your goals,
error and everything. But I still haven't like,
you're sandbagging. No, just kidding.
I didn't even reach it when I got injured, and now I stopped making it. I'm not gonna make it this year,
right?
Because I feel like my priorities have changed, and I'm not trying to lift a lot. I'm not trying to lift really heavy for deadlifts anymore,
right? Because
I just feel like I can't with the amount of training that I do for bettering my grip strength and everything.
Right.
But yeah, that's something I wanted to mention.
That makes sense. Was that your second one?
No.
Okay.
I'll mention a second one. So last year I made a goal to have more of a nighttime routine.
Yeah. How'd that go?
And that was in hopes to have better sleep hygiene. And I feel like I accomplished that. Because now, okay, maybe not in the last couple of weeks because it's been holidays and I've just been like abusing my sleep or lack thereof. But
really?
Aside from that,
during the holidays? Oh,
usually I stay up because I'm like, oh, I don't need to wake up at a specific time for sure. I can nap whenever I want during the day.
Right.
But anyways, so I would say throughout the year, I have developed more of a sleep routine, a solid sleep routine at that, and my sleep hygiene is a lot better. I would say I get around 7 hours of sleep on average every night. And I take naps maybe like 3 days a week, 4 days a week in between, like midday naps. I feel like I'm not lacking sleep at all anymore. And I do have a solid routine now.
Right. When
I sleep, it's not just, oh my God, I'm going to stay up, do whatever the fuck, and then pass out. I have a solid routine.
Nice. Success
for that. It feels a lot better too. I had 1 day this year where I stayed up the entire night.
Yeah.
And fuck, it felt so bad being sleep deprived the next day. I can't believe I did that like regularly before.
Yeah, that's pretty shit. I wonder how that affects everything, I guess. I'll have to catch up on that shit.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Rough.
Yeah, overall,
Success. All right, my next one from last year was get a tattoo, which I did get. I think that was a pretty easy. That was definitely a sandbag one. I already thought of getting one, and then it was my birthday, and I just got one, so it was pretty good. It was the one of Taro Paw on me. I actually don't even. First of all, I didn't get addicted to getting tattoos. Like
unfortunate.
I just got one in like March, and I haven't really thought of getting another one since.
You're not addicted to the feeling, eh?
Like the pain, like it doesn't really feel like anything. It just feels like shitty
Oh.
mosquito bugs biting you.
Oh, okay. You don't get the thrill or the adrenaline rush?
From getting a tattoo?
Yeah.
Like what do people do? Like people just get a hard on while they're getting a tattoo or some shit?
Okay, well, no, not you don't always get a hard on when you get an adrenaline rush.
Right. But they're just so
But that excitement and that thrill feels
of
really
the
nice.
pain or what?
The pain, the fact that you're getting a tattoo, you're making this kind of commitment, you're
Really?
doing something
I think people should think
out of the ordinary
bigger of
from your
themselves.
everyday.
It's not that big of a deal. Okay, in my opinion, it's not that big of a deal.
I think it just gives some sort of adrenaline rush that I do like.
Really? Like the whole tattoo experience?
Yeah.
It was so nonchalant for me. I was just
Oh,
walking
really?
there. They had some snacks. I was too lazy to eat, and then I just
Man,
got
I
my
love
tattoo.
it. I have a tattoo appointment coming up.
Oh yeah? What are you gonna get?
I'm gonna get a tattoo on my hand, actually, like right here below my
But you can get in
index
Mexico?
finger and knuckle. No, I'm not gonna get it in Mexico.
I thought you wanna get one
Unfortunately, I do
everywhere
not
you
want
travel.
herpes. I think Mexico is one of those places where I do not want to take that risk.
You don't want a dollar sign on your face?
No, I'm sorry, I do not. I do not want my arm to blister up and die off.
Yeah, no, I didn't really feel a rush. I mean, this was a pretty easy goal. I think it was already in the thought, and then I think Josh just asked what I wanted for my birthday. I was like, you know, that'd be a great present, and I can't like duck out of it, so let's just do that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was easy goal.
You don't think you're gonna get a second one?
Not anytime soon. I mean, unless there's some like meaning to it or something. Like I don't know, like if someone saves my life or something, maybe I'll think about that.
Oh damn.
But probably not, to be honest.
Okay.
Even then. Yeah,
It's a solid thank you.
I just feel like I'm so not. It's weird. Like people that know me knows that I have a lot of passion for all these things I do.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't have that much passion to like get another tattoo.
Maybe it's because they don't translate in the sense of art for you. They translate in the sense of how you spend your time specifically. But some people like to translate the things that they're passionate about into something that is iconic in a way. Like they'll put it on a tattoo per se, or they'll like name their cat or dog after that thing, or they'll fucking join some club about it and talk about it all the time.
That's something I'd be cool to do. I would love to join a club of not tattoos, not of like the other hobbies stuff I have.
That makes sense. One of the coolest things about clubs, or the coolest experience that I had about clubs, was when you and I walked around U of A this one time.
Yeah.
And we walked around is it a club fair?
Yeah, I think so.
That was so freaking cool. And I was like, God damn it, why does this have to be my last year? I would have joined so many of these clubs.
I mean, you could have joined on your last year still.
No, it was too much.
What do you mean?
I didn't want to.
That's a different story now. Hold up.
I feel like when we walked around, it was like the last semester or something like that. And I was like, you know what? Yeah.
I think you just had different priorities at the time.
No, I didn't even know.
No, I think you had just different.
I heard there was no. I heard there was a club fair, and there's different club fairs on campus. That's what I found out that day. There's a club fair that I believe it's on Quad.
Yeah.
In Quad, where you have your typical clubs, or you have like outdoors club or like chess club, all that shit. I went to those, and I would like scout it out and walk around and be like, maybe I can find something cool that I can like spend my Tuesdays on or whatever.
Right.
And I would go, and I tried the outdoors club.
Yeah.
I tried hide and go seek club. I tried a tutor club where you like tutor other kids in like the class that you took previously for comp sci. And I did all of them for a little bit, but none of them like resonated enough with me for me to really stay for over a year.
Those all sound dumb. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But I tried. But when we were walking around that area in, I don't know, some engineering building.
Yeah.
And I saw all the clubs there. I was like, holy shit, this robotics club sounds so cool. This NASA club sounds so cool. This aeronautics club sounds so cool.
Yeah,
holy
that's what I
shit,
joined.
all this shit sounds so cool.
I legitimately joined a robotics club. Unfortunately for me, I feel like I had a weakness of the electrical computer side, but on the mechanical side, I felt very solid.
That's so cool. I would have loved to do that shit.
I should have just did it.
It was too late. I didn't know. I didn't know it existed.
It was there.
Marketing for U of A sucks.
I don't know. I just feel like all the other clubs were cool.
They're just for fun.
Really. They're fun, and I feel like for like students that got stressed out very easily. They're very useful clubs to help you decompress and stuff. But these other clubs with like more technical shit, that was where it's at. I thought it was like this is where passion's at.
I agree. I feel like the other clubs were just a place for people to hang out.
Yeah, just like meet newish people, get to know random people. Probably like people trying to like hook up with other people. They're probably gonna join those random clubs too.
I feel like they're like a part of more a part of campus.
Yeah.
I put an effort into this. Okay, I even went to these. I don't remember what they're called, but sorority. Tryout things, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see what a sorority is like, because I heard this is like an experience to have on campus, or you can have. So I like went to all the sorority houses, open houses. I went to some of the parties to like get to know what it's like and get to know people. And I went to some of the like opening events where they hold events and you like do stuff there. But eventually I was like, you know what, this is fucking stupid. When I heard how your fees to join the sorority are allocated, I was like, this is the most stupidest fucking shit ever.
Yeah, it's a pyramid scheme, probably.
Yeah, it is. It's essentially like, I forgot how much it was, but let's say 50% of the fees that you pay go towards the house itself.
Yeah.
And it goes towards essentially the rent of the house. But then the girls that actually live in the house, you have to apply, and they just pay maybe like $100 more. But the girls that don't live in the house, part of your fee is helping pay for their rent. And I was like, this is so stupid.
Yeah. I feel like there's a better way they can do it, but I don't know. I mean, the sororities and frats are essentially like one step off from a cult.
Oh, yeah.
Or a pyramid scheme or something. They're only one step away.
Oh, yeah. And then everyone that I met there, I was like, huh.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't have good chemistry with these people.
That's why I like these other clubs better, where you're like trying to build something, because it's a different type of struggle. It's a different type of struggle, and you kind of build a really strong bond from that struggle. Whereas these ones, you're just partying.
Yeah, and you're bonding over a passion.
Yeah.
Which is...
I mean, personally, I'd love to join the Freemasons. Or Illuminati or something like that. But outside of those, I think all other frats and sororities sucks.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you probably won't get invited into the Freemasons.
I don't think so either. Could you imagine I did and I rejected them? I think I'd die or something.
Yeah. If you did, would you invite me?
No, probably not.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I don't know. I just feel like they need someone a bit more hush-hush, you know?
I'm hush-hush.
You have too much of a presence online.
Oh.
I assume, for them.
I see. That makes sense.
You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like I have a pretty hush-hush presence online already.
That's true. I feel like there's some Freemasons that have presences online.
Yeah.
But you just don't know that they're a part of the Freemasons.
Yeah, but I also think those people, like, that's their job, is to have a presence. Okay?
Like, I feel like I talk a lot about myself, but I also don't.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever get invited because of this podcast. Like, ever. Like, don't know. Everyone will know instantly when I'm in one.
Like, oh yeah, what's this Freemason doing on a Friday?
Yeah.
I think we know.
Yeah, I'm fucked. I'm a liability to them. I don't think they'll ever let me in, which is fine, I guess. It is what
They'll be
is.
like, those two new Freemason joiners, they're on a podcast together?
Yeah, I feel like I'd hope that I stay true to who I am if I do ever become successful enough to potentially join the Freemason. But if I do stay true to who I am, then I probably won't be able to join them. Just because I'm very open about stuff. So
you won't be as conformative.
Yeah, I'm very not the typical, I guess. Because I feel like you have to be a certain type of person. Yeah, you have to be able to like stay within their bounds and stuff.
I feel like you also, to a degree, have to see your average layman as...
Oh, as lower
just
than
a
you?
number and lower than you in some way.
Yeah, I can't do that. I don't know. I have too much human respect for people. But I do judge people stuff, but I still have base human respect.
That's different.
It's just some people, it's like they just start talking. You're like, I don't like this person. Like, I don't know. Like, this person seems like a kind of a dick or something. Yeah. So not too good. Anyways, what was your third one? Did you have a third one?
Oh, I find it kind of stupid that I even mentioned this last year, but I said to get more skincare devices and play around with it, because I feel like that's such a I say that's such a weird thing, but I will be getting a new skincare device.
Wait, has your skin been better or worse compared to last year from this year?
I would say overall it's been better, but I would say right now I I reused this old skincare,
Right.
this old retinol cream that I discontinued because I don't know, I just found better.
Yeah.
And I was cleaning out my little skincare fridge, and so I
Wait,
thought,
you have a dedicated fridge for skincare?
yes.
Wow. Is that necessary?
No.
Okay. I was just
One
wondering.
part of my fridge
Oh.
for skincare.
So you put beef next to your skincare?
No, there's no meat in that fridge. It's just veggies, fruit, and then skincare on one side of it.
Okay.
Okay, and then so I was cleaning out my skincare part of my fridge,
Right.
and I thought, okay, I'm not gonna use this retinol anymore, so let's throw it away. But then I thought, maybe let's just use it for one more day before I throw it away, and then it made me break out,
Oh.
and I feel like my skin hasn't recovered since because of that. But it's slowly getting better.
Do you use makeup every time you come on the show? Every time I've seen you, have you been using makeup?
I'd say majority of the time.
Oh, really? Okay. Then yeah, I don't know how bad your skin is.
Like eye makeup for sure.
Do you do your brows?
No.
Is that the tattooed on or something shit? Or how does that work?
Kind of.
How does that work? How does that shit work?
What do you mean?
Like they just tattoo black on your eyebrow?
No. They draw little lines to make it look like hair on your eyebrows. But for me, it's mostly at the ends. Like
those lines stay there forever?
Yeah. Or it's supposed to stay there around like 10 years. It's a tattoo.
But not permanent?
It's a tattoo.
Oh.
It's a tattoo on your face. So if my skin naturally resurfaces really fast, then any tattoo, even if it had a tiny little teardrop on my face, would stay as long as these tattoos essentially, or these brows.
Oh. So if I shave your brows, it would look the same?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, that's such an easy thing you could do.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yo, like a...
It would look lighter for sure because I mostly have most of my color at the like tail of my eyebrows.
And that just makes your life easier so you don't have to do your eyebrows every day?
Yeah.
Do you still do your eyebrows though?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I also have very little hair at the tails of my eyebrows. That's why.
Oh, damn! I can't stop staring at your eyebrows now.
It's okay.
I was like, I don't want to look at it anymore. Yeah. Okay. I didn't. So I can't even tell how the difference of your skin since you wear makeup when you come, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't like. I'm not that knowledgeable in that stuff.
Oh, that's okay.
Like I know what a non-tattooed face looks like because of swimming.
Oh
But
yeah.
outside of that setting, I wouldn't be able to tell.
I feel like eyebrow tattoos have gotten so sophisticated.
Like what? They put a microchip in there or something?
Okay, not sophisticated, but they look so natural now to a degree that you can't really tell. I would say maybe 10 years ago, you would be able to tell if somebody had an eyebrow tattoo because it looked like someone drew on your face with a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Or it would turn slightly blue.
Right.
But now I feel like it would just either look like makeup or you genuinely cannot tell.
Wait, is it weird if I see someone that looks too perfect and I get skeptical?
Maybe.
Like someone looks like really, really beautiful, like crazy beautiful. I was like, I don't know how much of this is real.
Maybe, unless there are people that look naturally really good.
That's true. But like, especially photos. If I see really nice photos, I was like, how much is it the angle and the makeup compared to like real life?
Maybe a mixture of all of them.
I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole then.
Yeah. But yeah, that was one of my things. And I am getting a skincare device.
What are you getting?
In a week. It's called a Medicube Booster.
Is this like a very pricey thing? Medicube Booster. Oh, is this what girls have to contend with? Paying
Medicube
hundreds of dollars for things?
Booster 8 or H.
I don't care
Booster.
what type of dildo you're getting. This is too expensive. Or is this normal? $300?
It's a gift.
What do you mean you're getting? Oh, someone bought it for you as a gift.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Is it Carmen Bros for you?
And it's arriving.
It literally looks like a dildo.
Okay, the top part is
A dildo.
electric.
Oh, you're
So
electroshocking your face?
Yeah. It's supposed to boost collagen.
It looks like a sex toy. If you're telling me there's electricity coming from that, it looks like a sex toy.
I can see how it looks like a sex toy. But yeah, it says electricity comes out of it. I can show you one day. I'll like record it when I use it on my face. If I put it near my eye, it'll make my eye like
You're a pervert.
twitch.
I don't want to see this. You're a pervert.
Because it makes the muscles around my eyes move, you know?
I
See?
guess
You see that-
they
how that
couldn't make it
ranges?
any other shape.
Exactly.
But yeah, okay, whatever. Fair enough.
Another thing that I mentioned last year was that I wanted to get a plasma wand. If you search that up too.
This also
I've
sounds
looked into
like a
it.
dildo. Like if you said, "Hey, can you give me a plasma one?" I'd be like, "Oh, you want a penis?"
Like skincare or some shit beside it, or cosmetic.
Why? Because if I just type that, it'll be a penis. Plasma wand skincare. Okay,
Like this.
it's pretty phallic though.
Okay, yeah, because it's a stick or like that.
Oh, what's so
But I
special
think
about
it's
this?
stupid. It's supposed to, the plasma, the electricity shock, depending on what gas is inside the wand, whether it's argon, helium, it's supposed to kill certain types of bacteria on your face. So like
Wait,
acne causing bacteria, or
how does this differ from the current thing you're getting?
the current sends small electrical currents deep into your muscle. This one is surface.
Oh,
The other one goes deep into the layers of your skin and your muscle. And the other, the Hydro Boost, not Hydro Boost, why do I keep saying Hydro Boost? The Medicube wand,
yeah.
it does 4 things actually. So
Okay.
it sends little like air shots into your face, which
Okay.
can create little like rips in your face. And
Yeah.
the little tears is what boosts your collagen, because your skin will try and
Right. Yeah.
fix your skin. And then it also sends in little electric pulses into your skin. So when you use skincare, it sends your skincare in deeper
Okay.
because it opens up little channels into your skin.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it does a lot of stuff. But then
The 2 other ones must be sexual related. Though.
oh yeah, for sure. And then for this plasma one, it's supposed to zap the bacteria on the surface of your skin or promote circulation, which I think is just not enough for me to purchase. And
both.
for this one, there's not enough backed up studies to like back it up, even though some people say it works.
The plasma wand skincare is
Yeah.
okay.
Plasma one does not have
But
enough
the
backed up
Medicube has
studies.
more back.
Yes,
up.
the Medicube has actual backed up studies that it
Like-
should work.
What do you mean backed up? Like L'Oreal did this thing?
No, like how the technology interacts with your skin to promote the results that it says it would promote.
Oh, I see.
Such
So
as creating a whole bunch of micro tears will cause your body to boost its collagen, because your body will try and repair those micro tears by increasing its collagen.
So this is like a dermatology study or some shit?
hmm
Interesting. Okay. I mean,
The other thing
Yeah.
that I wanted to get was something for red light therapy. So like a red light therapy LED panel
oh yeah. I think we both talked about this. I also wanted one too, but I didn't really.
or a mask. And I know these are real studies. I know it
Yeah.
like works. But the more I looked into it, so something for skincare that they have is LED masks,
Yeah.
where they'll have some sort of like plastic mask that you can wrap around your head so that the light faces your face.
So you look like Jason.
So you look like Jason, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is, a lot of these masks don't have the correct ultraviolet light in the correct wavelength that you're supposed to have. They also don't have the right concentration of LED
Mm-hmm.
bulbs per square inch. And some of them just aren't strong enough.
Yeah, I feel like at some point this is like not worth the time.
Yeah, so I kept doing research on like, okay, so how much do I need? Or like what wavelength do I need to find? And how many light bulbs per square inch do I need? And then I would like look at some of the more popular brands that provided these masks. And some of them did not meet the quota. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those things, like the fringes of the stuff, is like step 100.
Yeah.
Like just fucking up your sleep a little bit would already negate all the benefits of these.
Yeah.
Is what is my opinion on it.
And then even the most expensive ones that people are buying, yeah, they do work. They are within that range of everything that the lights need to be. But I feel like to a degree, if it's really that expensive, then is it really worth it? Or is it just a brand marking it up for a product that they find really well? Versus can I find some sort of LED light panel that is within that same range, does have this correct number of bulbs per square inch and the right amount of power? I'm pretty sure I could probably find one that isn't branded that's like a couple $100 cheaper. But that took up too much time and I just gave up.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my thought process hasn't really changed, but has been a bit more refined regarding these things. It's like a lot of these studies are, for example, done on like mice studies and shit. And then you have to go back and like take a step back and really think about it. It's like, oh, these mice live 2x longer. Does that really mean humans will live 2x longer? And if humans do live 2x longer, you won't be alive to know if that study is real or not.
That's true.
Right. So it's almost like, all right, take a step back and look at the big picture and target the things that we're almost for sure certain about, rather than all these fringe things that, oh, we found that it works for this type of bacteria. It makes this bacteria live longer. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, great, but does it work on you, right? That's kind of my thoughts to this now. It's like, hey, let's take more time. For me, at least, let's take more time to focus on the big overarching things rather than all these little fringe things that might take up too much of my time that I'd rather use on other stuff.
I can see it. It's just too much personal research to do.
Yeah.
And I tried to see if there was anybody online that just summarized all their research for specific products, and no one could give a product that I really wanted to stand behind and buy.
Yeah, and I feel like even most of those, it's kind of like, it's like the benefits are so marginal and so uncertain that's like, does it help? It's like maybe. Like I can say 51% that it helps and 49% says it doesn't help, right? So it's like, it might do something.
And eventually also, I feel like to what degree do you just give up on wanting certain treatments or routines to be added to your life? Because you can only add so much before your freaking night routine or your regular routine, it just becomes too congested. Yeah,
you're just doing too much shit. And I feel like that stressor is not a good type of stressor.
I agree. Like, oh my God, I need to go to sleep, or I want to go to sleep. I need to do this an hour before because my whole routine takes an hour. That would fucking suck.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's for sure. That one. My next previous New Year's resolution was to do more cardio, which I think I succeeded, except for December. So I did do like zone 2 and zone 5, bunch of running all throughout the year. And then in December, I got my new position and I just didn't have time.
Nice.
So because of that, I just literally didn't have time. I still do it, but not as often. But I still think it's a relative success on that. I want to say like it's like an 80-20, 90-10 type of success.
Nice.
Do I want to continue with this? I would love to continue with this, but there is a pretty big time constraint. And it's just at the end of the day, yeah, I want to live longer, but I'm also not an athlete. Like I don't do this for a living. I still need to make a living, and yeah. So to me, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's good. I'll try my best to keep up with it, but I probably won't make it a goal this year. And then my last one was cold plunge. I didn't do that at all. I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing this. It's not the fact that I'm scared of cold or not. Like I jump into cold waters without a problem.
Yeah.
It's just not convenient at all. It's like,
do a cold shower.
Negative convenience. Yeah, but at the end, it's
so
like,
easy.
Like how, like I have to wake up earlier every morning.
It's just 5 minutes.
I have to wake up 5 minutes earlier every morning to what? Like I have to walk Taro and then come back and then do a cold shower. Like that seems kind of fucked because like I go for a walk, I'm warming myself up with a walk, and then I go straight to cold and then back to hot. It seems kind of.
No, you do it. That means you have to do it before you go walk Taro.
And then my whole fucking body would freeze while I'm trying to walk Taro in the winter.
Then your body will try harder to warm up.
Shut the fuck up right now.
No, it's true though, because that process between being really cold to warming your body back up to regular temperature is where you get a lot of the benefits from.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wear.
And then it lasts throughout the day, and it stays steady as well. It doesn't just freaking drop or plateau that fast.
Yeah, I don't know. If I had my own place and I could really like set up one, I would do it, but I wouldn't just do it. I don't know. I just don't do the morning shower thing. It's just
that makes sense. That makes sense. Doesn't fit.
Yeah, it just doesn't work for me right now. Like maybe it'll work for me one day, but again, I feel like this is one of those things where it's like on the fringes still. Like it probably does help. I don't doubt you that it does help, but I feel like would I rather get more sleep than cold shower? I'd probably say like that's probably more helpful. Or like would I rather spend that time doing a bit better for my diet than get cold shower? I'd probably say that is also better. Or would I rather spend a bit more time at the gym than get cold shower? I'd be like all those three things I'd rather do than do the cold shower.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah, and it's not because I don't like don't get me wrong. Like, I'm usually the first one to jump into cold water. Like it's not because of cold water. It's just not convenient for my life.
It's like I can see the benefits for saunas.
Yeah, but it's not convenient for you.
But it's not convenient for my life. And I feel like I get it enough when I go to hot yoga.
How often do you go?
Actually, that was a part of my next.
This
thing.
coming up year resolution? Or
Well, no, I saw that I mentioned it in 2023.
Oh.
And I didn't mention it. I did not mention it in 2024 because I felt like I succeeded that in 2023. But I would say that I continued it and I still continue it. So I go every Saturday morning.
Oh, okay. Even like after you go out on Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That must be
I think I've only missed once.
So you went like
twice?
50 times this last
Yeah.
year. Oh.
I go pretty consistently.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It feels pretty good. And I feel like that's where I would get my sauna
Yeah, no, whatever. Wherever
therapy if I did get any at all.
Yeah, wherever you can. No, that's good. I'm the opposite. I'm 2 yoga sessions away from never going again. So pretty happy about that too.
I quite like it. It's really peaceful.
It is. It's more of the brain thing, I think, than the body thing.
Oh yeah.
So the fact that I could like not do it for 6 months and not have an issue, like in my mind, I know my brain function or the way I am doesn't change me that much. Because like for me, I've always like the biggest test I do is, can you get into a state of peacefulness right before class, do a really hard class, and then get into a state of peacefulness again. And I feel like even with the 6 month break of not doing yoga, I could still do that. So I was like, I think I'm fine on the mental state. That's personal opinion, so I don't know.
Did you find any resistance in any other areas?
What do you mean?
When you were going through your yoga poses?
What do you mean resistance? Like, I'm not flexible, so like...
Oh, like at all?
Like, yeah, like, do you do the tree pose, but then you shoot your legs out and you hold onto your feet?
I can.
I can't.
Oh, like not to the top of my head?
No, not to the top of your head, but like, if I do that, I have to start rounding my back. Like, my back won't be straight.
I can do that decent amount.
Yeah, and like, pigeon pose is pretty painful for me.
Really?
Not like super painful, but like, you know how people do sleeping pigeon, they're like relaxing? So it's not relaxing for me. It's I'm like actively using my muscles, because if I go all the way down, it will hurt too much. So then I'm trying to like not get into the all the way down. Yeah, so it's like for me, the pigeon pose, everyone's like relaxed. I'm still working.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm still like, dude, this is way too long for a pigeon pose. So like some things I'm not. It's like when you shoot your legs out when you're sitting on your butt.
Yeah. Like
I can only reach forward a little bit, not that much.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not that flexible, but I'm not sad that I'm not that flexible. I guess it's kind of it's fine for me. Like I feel like you don't need flexibility, you need mobility mostly.
Whatever your values are, right?
Yeah, like unless you have to do some crazy acrobatics, I don't think it's that useful. And I think it's sometimes hindrance to you, so it's like you get less power if you're too flexible.
Oh, really?
It's just So yeah,
I feel like at a maximum level you do.
Well, okay, this is
because if you're too built, then it impedes on your flexibility.
Yeah, but so okay, I haven't studied the science to this, so don't quote me guys on this, but I know there is some very solid facts to this stuff. Pretty much the stiffer you are, the better power and energy transfer you have through your joints.
Oh.
Right. So it's like, imagine a very thick trunk of a tree. For it to transfer power from the top to the bottom is a lot easier than a branch. A branch will start swaying a little too much, right?
Oh, makes sense.
So being too flexible could be bad also, if you need that power transfer, right? So power transfer would be like jumping, pushing, pulling.
That's why my approach in volleyball sucks.
I don't think that's the reason, but I don't necessarily think that's the reason, to be honest. But yeah, there is something about like, you know, everyone's like, oh, I want to be more flexible. Well, you ask yourself why, right? Like flexibility just means like you can touch your toes or whatever, or do something, right? But mobility should be what matters, which is having power at a specific range.
I do think mobility is really important.
Right. So then having power at that range is more important than just being able to get to that range, right? So then some people stress too much about like getting to that range rather than, oh, can you actually like, you know, push or do some type of power movement at that range? That's my thoughts to it, and that's why I think for the sports I do, actually yoga is counterproductive to what I want. Yeah. Because in climbing, it is actually nice to be very flexible, but you have harder time power transferring. You have more joint issues. I feel like if you're too flexible.
Holy shit! Maybe that's why I have so many joint issues.
Yeah, but I have no idea. Like I said, it's not like I studied this hardcore, so I don't know all the facts. But I feel like it's a very like physical, mechanical, sound principle where there is some concerns with too much flexibility. That's also why you never want a static stretch before you work out.
Oh, I know that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's literally because you don't want that flexibility in your joint when you work out. You want really stiff joints when you're working out because you want to like push a really heavy weight. Right? It's pretty much like your muscles are pushing against your tendon, but if your tendons are loose, then it's gonna like not necessarily pop, but it might not be in the right position and cause a lot of pain.
I can see that.
But if your tendons are super stiff at that moment that you want to push, then all the power from your biceps or whatever or muscles will transfer from your tendon to your hand or something to push something. Yeah, that's my.
I'm not saying I'm flexible like crazy or anything, but like recently I thought maybe I'm getting like early onset osteoporosis.
Isn't it more of a girl thing too? Like girls get that more like there's more common in older or females that do get older is more common than.
Because my fucking forearms have been hurting and my elbows have been hurting and my hands have been hurting a lot actually. Both my hands and my knees and my like the bones on top of or the tendons on top of my what are they called? Like my feet knuckles.
I don't know, but I think
toe joints.
I think it is something related to like I think something about like women needs more like collagen or calcium or some shit. Like you guys have more bone degradation.
Oh shit.
Than male, like just an anatomy thing.
Everything I've been looking into recently has been pointing to the fact that I should be taking collagen supplements.
I mean, I take it. I don't know if it's actually beneficial.
But I also heard that taking capsule collagen supplements is worse than taking, or not as beneficial as taking just straight up powder.
Yeah, I've been using powder, but I don't know.
I don't see why. If capsules are the same as powder, they're just putting into a capsule.
It could be like the likelihood of you drinking straight collagen is very, very low. You're using mixing with something. And then
for what they put into the capsule versus in powder?
So like when you put in a capsule, you might just take the capsule with water and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you take a collagen, you might have it with like coffee, tea, and a snack or something like that. Or you might have it with, like I have it with my BCAAs. Yeah. So my theory has always been, now some people laugh at this, but when you take any supplements in an empty stomach, I believe that your body will try to take anything it can and turn that into energy when you're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you have already eaten something, it will take something that's more easily broken down. So if you ate a banana and then you took your supplements, my theory is your body will most likely use banana for energy and then use the rest of what you get for supplements for actually what its purpose is. Whereas if you're super hungry, like you're fucking in Africa starving, and I gave you like a supplement, your body will just take everything of that supplement and just turn it into energy because that's what it wants. That's my theory to it.
Interesting. Have you looked up this theory?
No, I don't care enough to. Like I always eat before I take a supplement.
Can you look it up really quickly?
All right. I mean, I think we looked this up before. It's like you should not take this stuff on an empty stomach.
I usually do it after I eat too. After I eat dinner specifically, no.
Taking oh wait, no, it should be should you have an empty stomach when taking
you take your supplements with a meal?
I don't know. Okay, AI says this. No, you should not take most supplements on an empty stomach. In fact, taking supplements with food can help your body absorb them better and reduce the risk of an upset stomach. Here are some tips for taking supplements. Multivitamins. Take with your largest meal of the day, such as lunch or dinner. Fat-soluble vitamins. Take a meal or snack that contains fat, such as fatty fish, avocado, eggs, or nuts. This includes vitamins A, D, E, and K. Vitamin B12 can be taken on an empty stomach because it's water soluble. You can take it 30 minutes before a meal or 2 hours after.
Oh.
I don't know. That's just AI summarizing a bunch of shit online for that. But I don't know. I think generally you shouldn't. Generally, at least.
I can see that.
So then that's why I think they say that in capsule form, people may be more likely to take it not with food. Whereas when you take in powder, it's like pretty gross to drink. So you usually take it with like coffee or tea or something. Or like your
something to mask the taste.
Yeah. And then you probably eat something too because you're already drinking. Like usually, I don't know how everyone does it, but I assume some people like to drink coffee and have a little snack at the same time. Something like that. I don't know. I don't drink coffee, so I have no fucking idea. But I usually take mine with my BCAAs and stuff. So
yeah, write this down. I'm gonna make it a thing to start taking collagen.
So you don't take your supplements on an empty stomach, do you?
No, I take it after I eat dinner.
Okay, usually. Yeah, that's good. Okay, are we done with last year's resolutions?
No, I had 2 more.
Okay,
So
what's your
one
2?
of my other ones was to party less, and I would say I accomplished that because I only went to
Why did you put that as a resolution?
because I felt like I was just partying a lot, and I was just whenever there was a rave that was here, I would be like, yeah, I'm down, yeah, I'm down. I'm always down to go out, party, or like hang out with friends, just go over to someone's house just to have fun. But I've accomplished that goal. I stopped going. My last rave was in August, I believe.
Okay.
Because I went to Toronto for that, and then I haven't really gone back out for another one, and I haven't missed it at all.
Really?
It's so productive. I don't feel like I'm wasting my time the next day because I usually feel like after I go out the next day, I'm kind of lazy,
Yeah,
I feel like shit, or I'm just not that. I don't feel that clean.
Oh yeah.
Mentally, I feel more groggy. It feels really good. It feels like I'm consistently motivated to be productive. It feels like I'm not wasting any sleep. It feels like I'm not getting random headaches. I'm not dehydrated. It doesn't feel like I'm randomly wasting my money on drinks or tickets for events and all that stuff. So overall, it feels.
How much money do you think you saved from not going to all these raves? Like the year before compared to last year or this past year?
Probably maybe like 1,000, 2,000.
Oh, for some reason I thought it'd be more, but yeah, that's not bad, I guess.
Yeah. For like drinks, tickets.
Yeah, and getting there and stuff.
Costs of all that stuff, yeah. But I feel like that's still, it's not about the money specifically that I wanted out of this, but it's more so the lifestyle I didn't want to keep feeding into.
Really?
Yeah.
It feels like your thing, but I guess you've changed.
No, it felt like it was fun.
Yeah.
But I got nothing out of it. Except from fun, but that's not enough for me.
You got a bunch of like Snapchat pictures or some shit, probably, or Instagram.
I don't think that's value. I feel like it took more away than it.
You're fucking speaking to the preacher here. I always think it's not valuable, and everyone's like, "Oh, we gotta take a picture of this. We gotta take a picture of that." I'm like, "Okay, sure."
It is fun in the moment, but unless I've told myself, unless these 2 artists come out, that I'm never gonna go again.
Ooh, who's the 2 artists?
One of them is called William Black, and the other one is called Kygo. Kygo. I think you should know who Kygo is. He's pretty mainstream, I feel. Kygo.
Oh, Kygo.
Kygo.
I know him.
Yeah.
I listened to this shit before.
Unless it's him or another guy named William Black, then I'm never gonna rave again.
Wait, is it actually Kygo or is it Kygo?
It's Kygo.
And William Black?
Yeah. I don't think you'll know him so much.
Is he... I think I know one of his songs. This album cover looks familiar.
Amazing.
Oh, wait, he's electronic. Never mind. I was thinking of some random...
Yeah, it's not rap.
No, I was thinking of some random like indie musician. Yeah, I feel like when people ask me what I listen to, I was like, I don't know how to explain this shit to you.
You're everything.
Yeah, I'm like, I like non-mainstream shit, and then
global European rap.
Not even
lo-fi.
I like a lot of lo-fi stuff, to be honest. Maybe it's some like nostalgia to it, like listening to like lo-fi shit. That's why I like funk a lot. PHONK. Damn, that's pretty good.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, Sum 41 is disbanding.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Really?
Sum 41?
What the fuck? Okay, they're disbanding and they're having their last shows this year.
Okay, we'll listen to some of their shit later. Maybe I can recognize them. No, but yeah, right now I don't. You know who I listen to a lot?
Scroll down. I want to see when they're... Oh, shit.
This is going to sound super lame, guys, because I think everyone already knows this artist, so there's no reason for me to say it, but I've been getting a lot of good vibes from the Boy with Uke.
Yes.
And it's like very reminiscent of like the old school Simple Plan Blink-182 shit.
And you don't know Sum 41?
No. I mean, I'm not off the top of my head.
You do. You for sure do. If you're talking about Simple Plan and all of them, you know Sum 41.
Honestly, I was not good with all the names and shit. Whoa, is Boy with Uke actually Asian?
What? You didn't know?
I thought he never revealed his face.
Oh. I thought
that was his thing, was to not reveal his face.
I feel like every artist reveals their face after a while.
Oh, I thought, yeah, I thought some of the songs were not too bad. Actually, there's one song I've been really addicted to. I'll show you later.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, we're done with old or last year's.
The last one I want to add is not being late. I feel like I'm still kind of late now,
Yeah, she's still
but I feel like it's minimized down to like average 10 minutes.
15. I would say. I mean, I'm surprised that like volleyball and shit, you actually show up on time and stuff.
Yeah, I've been a lot better in most areas.
I think for podcasts, you're always at least 15 minutes late.
I wouldn't say so.
Sorry, you're 75% of the time 15 minutes late.
No.
Yes. But other stuff, I've noticed that you've been showing up on time more. Like if there were 20 events a year, previously you would be late for all 20.
Mm-hmm.
And now I would say you're late for 10 of them. And the other 10 you're on time or early. And then maybe 5 of the 10 you're a little bit late. So not that late. And then the other 5 of the 10 you're pretty late.
Oh.
Whereas before it'll be like solid all 20 you'll be late. Pretty late too.
All right, I'll take it if that's how it feels.
Yeah, I mean it's baby steps. That's what it is. It's just just baby steps.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. This year's New Year's resolution. Do you have any like crazy big ones you want to speak to first, or they're all
I actually haven't really put many thoughts into making resolutions this year.
Same. Yeah.
However, I do want to see some certain things happen. So in regards to my business, I do want to complete the product development side of it.
Okay.
By this year.
Right.
It's taken me a full year, and I would say I'm about 2/3 done.
Right. Okay.
But then I feel like the last third is a huge hurdle. A hurdle? Or it's larger than the other two.
Right. Right.
So I would like to finish the product development part of that.
Yeah.
What's one of yours?
Do you want me? Okay, I'll do a small one because you did a big one. Wear different socks more often.
Oh, interesting.
So I didn't know this. It was from my previous podcast. Huh? Yeah. So apparently you're supposed to change your socks every fucking day.
Yes.
Which sounds ridiculous. Okay.
It's not.
What if I didn't work out that day at all?
It's okay. You walk around. You walk around the freaking floor. Your feet touch the floor everywhere you go. Steps.
What do you mean? Like I'm in my shoes the whole time.
But are your shoes clean?
Yeah.
How clean are they?
I don't know.
Because don't you step in other things? Like,
what do you mean?
Imagine you take
like the outside of my shoes might be dirty, but the inside's clean.
But what do you consider clean?
I don't know. It doesn't smell like anything.
Okay, I would say
it's like a neutral smell. There's no smell in my shoe.
That touch sensitive areas in your body.
It's not my dick. It's my shoes.
Should be replaced daily. Your feet is a sensitive area.
How is it sensitive?
You sweat through your feet.
Okay, so I want to give a caveat to people. I don't normally sweat through my feet. I only do during climbing and working out.
You don't wear socks to climbing though, right?
No.
But then
it's pretty bad. No, like climbing is pretty gross. Like I would if I wore socks after I climbed and I didn't like wash my feet because the climbing gyms don't all have foot washes.
Yeah.
I would.
They have foot washes?
Some of them do, yeah.
What does it look like?
It's just a little faucet coming over the wall, and then you have a chair, and then you just sit there and you wash your feet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I would say
soap.
That's pretty. Yeah. It's just the pump soap, like hand soap almost.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I do say when I work out and when I climb or anything like that, I do sweat through my feet for those situations. But like on a normal day-to-day basis, like if I just go to work and come home, I swear my socks don't smell like anything and my shoes don't smell like anything.
Okay, so when you go, let's backtrack a little bit.
Here. Wait. Before I finish that, like, I hope you and other people understand that I'm always cold, so like I never sweat from my feet. Like I'm always naturally very, very cold, right?
Amazing. Like I don't sweat from my feet either.
Right. So. And here's the other caveat.
Volleyball.
Okay, before people think I'm fucking absolutely disgusting, I have specific socks for volleyball. So those are socks I wear to volleyball, and then I take them off.
Are
and
they always Nike Elite socks?
They're always the same one, and I wash them every week.
Red Nike Elites.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I had 2 pairs before. One of them had a hole in it. I finally threw that away, so I only have 1 pair now.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. And lately, like I've been washing it after I go for a run. The socks.
Okay.
Right. But my goal is to be a bit better on my socks. So I would say like if I didn't work out, I'm okay with using it again. That pair of socks.
Okay, why don't you just cut it and
so the maximum would be 2 days now.
No. If you were making this a goal, I would like to challenge you
No.
to change it every single time.
No, I can't afford that.
Look into some fucking video on how much bacteria is incurred daily, even if you're not working out, even if you're just going through your daily tasks, walking around, going to the office, coming home, doing fucking nothing, or just staying at home all day wearing socks.
I don't wear socks at home.
Aren't you cold?
I just
I
don't
thought
wear.
you're cold.
Okay, so if I'm at home all day, I literally do not put on socks.
Okay.
So there's no point in me changing socks.
So you
if I'm not using
leave
them.
the house,
Uh-huh.
you step into your shoes,
Uh-huh.
and then you go to the office. Blah, 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 you walk around.
Uh-huh.
You do all that stuff. Even if you don't sweat. I feel like throughout the day, it's just kind of the same idea as why you would change your underwear, but not to exactly the same degree of nastiness, but kind of the same idea. Like throughout the day, you'll naturally, maybe you won't sweat to the point where it's like you'll feel some sort of moisture, but you sweat a little bit, and you'll have natural skin fall off.
Right.
And just body oils and everything. Throughout the day, I feel like because it's on your feet and it touches the floor, touches the inside of your shoes, it's not nice.
Yeah, no, I'm not. This is how the terrorist wins. Okay? This is how the terrorist wins. If we just conform to these just because of that fucking thing. No. Okay, so I will, if I worked out that day, I will change my socks.
Okay, amazing. We start from somewhere.
I work out almost every day, like 6 days a week. So that's already 6 days a week. But if I'm not doing shit that day, I'm not fucking changing my socks. Like if I literally just go to work and then go home and then take off my socks, I'm like, no, like nothing happened to this. This is just fine socks.
We start from somewhere.
I feel like this is a very reasonable switch to my life.
It is. From 3 days, it is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to do this on vacation though, because usually on vacation I use one pair of socks.
The whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. They don't smell anything.
Okay. I feel like smelling your articles
really
of
good.
clothing is not a great indicator of whether or not your piece of clothing is clean.
But okay, so like, why does that cleanliness affect
imagine
you? Yeah.
My hand.
Yeah.
I just like how it is right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't smell like anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, I could swipe your floor right now, or I could go outside and swipe your doorbell. Oh my god, your doorbell would be a perfect thing. And I come back in, you smell my hand. It probably smells exactly the same.
Right.
But it's still significantly dirtier.
Yeah, but you're not shoving that into a wound.
Okay, but
It's just there.
It's dirtier still.
I mean,
even though it's not smelly.
But in that theory, that means like you're always getting dirtier, so you should always be afraid.
Try your best to be clean.
But isn't this like complete opposite to the whole where it's like, oh, we should let kids, you know, be into their bacteria? No, but
your immune system's developed.
Yeah, but you should still develop your immune system and still be like, you know what I mean? Like you can't completely sterilize your life.
Do you wash your hands?
I do, but not often. Like I'll do it after I poop. Okay. I'll do it after I pee.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it after I like touch my car, like work on my car, or like do any of my like grosser hobby stuff that is a bit dirtier.
Okay.
I'll do it before I cook.
Okay.
And
after volleyball?
Yeah, I do after volleyball.
When you come home?
No. Like straight up just come home. Like just like I left work, got in my car, and I came home. There's no reason for me to.
Okay, think about this. Okay, I wash my hands a whole fuck ton.
Maybe that's why your like immune system's always so fucked up, Viv. You ever thought about that?
Perhaps. But I'm willing to take it. Okay, think about this. You go to work.
Yeah.
You touch... Do you use an elevator at work?
No, there's no elevator.
Okay, you touch the fucking door handle.
Yeah.
To get in.
Yeah.
Everyone touches that. Right. The guy who scratched his asshole.
Right.
Right before you came in touched that. Okay, now you have the guy's asshole germs on you.
Yeah, but at some point in the day I peed. And I washed my hands.
Oh, do you pee before?
At some point in the day I've peed.
I
wash my hands.
Or not pee before. Do you wash your hands before you go pee? Because I'm guessing you stand at the urinal.
No.
Oh my goodness.
No, I don't. Who washes their hands before they pee?
You're going to touch your dick.
I mean, barely.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know. I think it's too much. Honestly, I think it's like, I think that's how the terrorist wins, too. Like, I think that this is your OCD kind of projecting too much.
Is it?
Okay, so I feel like everyone would be too ashamed to admit, but I feel like a lot of people do what I do.
Probably.
Yeah. So then that means you're not normal.
Okay, so let me tell you when I wash my hands. Okay, I wash my hands
like every fucking day, like every fucking minute, probably.
Okay, not every minute. I wash my hands for sure when I wake up.
Why?
And then I'm gonna brush my teeth. And I want to touch my toothbrush with clean hands.
I also wash my hands, but that's because I wake up, go to pee, and then I wash my hands, and then I wash my face.
Oh.
I don't wash my hands because I woke up. Like, I wash my hands because I went to pee, and then because I have to wash my face.
I can see that.
Right.
Okay, so I wash my hands just so I have clean hands when I'm brushing my teeth. Okay,
See, that doesn't make sense.
So then I brush my teeth, and then I wash my hands again.
Like, you're not using your finger, and you're not putting toothpaste on your finger, and then putting it in your mouth.
I can see that, but I feel like I like my hands to be clean when I'm touching things that I'm using to clean myself. You know? So like my toothbrush. So then after I brush my teeth, I wash my hands.
Right.
And I go to the washroom and I wash my hands.
Right.
And then I go take Lumi out on a walk. I let her to go to the washroom. And then I bring her on a walk. We come back. I come in. I'll clean up her bum, or I wipe her bum and everything because she'll have gone to potty.
Yeah.
And then I'll go wash my hands. And then I'll go make her food.
And you'll go wash your hands.
Go wash my hands.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of excessive.
And I'll go wash my face.
Wait, why are you washing your... Did you already wash your face in the morning?
No, I don't.
Oh, you're fucking gross.
Really
How about
quickly, because I want to do my skin, like full skincare.
Oh, okay.
And like makeup if I want to do it all at the same time.
Viv, I think you'd be more beautiful if you didn't wash your hands so often. Personally.
That's unfortunate.
I know, it's unfortunate for everyone, but it's not happening, right?
And then I do my skincare and my makeup and everything, and then I go back up and I wash my hands.
I see. Yeah. I'm not...
And then throughout the day, if I go to the washroom, I wash my hands before I go in, and I wash my hands when I come out.
Yeah,
and then when I come home, I wash my hands for sure.
I'm not interested in this lifestyle, to be honest. I'm not interested at all. I don't care who the fuck says or thinks I'm dirty. I don't give a fuck. I've lived a pretty healthy life.
All right, let's just say I'm proud of you with your socks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do the sock thing. I'm gonna try to do the sock thing. I don't know how it's gonna work out, to be honest.
I think you're fine. How many socks do you have?
I probably have enough socks. I don't think that's gonna be the immediate concern.
Okay, so there's no concern.
But it'll be pretty annoying.
Is it laundry?
Like, I might not do this on vacation. Like, I'm not gonna go for a 10-day vacation and have 10 pairs of socks.
Why not?
I'll have 3 pairs of socks. That's about it. Like, you don't need a new sock if you wore sandals all day.
That's true. Because
Right.
you're not wearing a sock.
Exactly.
Perfect.
But what if you wore sandals like 90% of the day and you wore socks for 10% of the day?
Well, was your foot clean when you put your sock on?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into this then. Therefore, I think that's a good enough.
The second a sock comes on, when it comes off, it's going into the bin.
Really?
Not the bin, but the laundry hamper.
That's pretty... I don't know, Viv. I don't know about this, Viv.
That's how I
This
do
seems
it.
a little too much, you know?
That's how I do it.
Well, whatever. It's your life.
All right.
What's your next one? Your next New Year's resolution?
So something that was almost, I would say forced, but not forced, is that I'm only going to play one day of volleyball this season.
That's a really shitty resolution.
No, okay, that's not the resolution.
Okay.
But because I'm only playing one day, it gives me, to me, it feels like it gives me a lot of time throughout the week now.
All right.
Gives me at least 4 hours back. So
Okay.
now I'm going to try to get back into working out to the same level that I was before.
Right.
So I'm not saying I'm putting a deadlift goal, but I'm going to try to instill some sort of heavier routine back into my lifting goals. So right now I'm mostly just trying to do a small hypertrophy and just try to either main gain or try to not be injured.
Right.
But going forward, I'm going to actually try and push myself to be kind of similar to how I worked out before in terms of trying to actually lift heavier.
Oh, okay.
To lift heavier. Not with any specific numbers, but I just want to, at the end of the year, say, yeah, like I have added quite a few pounds onto my working weights or my working sets.
Right. Okay. That's fair. That's a pretty good one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
My next one is I want to put more effort into a side gig. I don't know what it is yet. I've like always a billion ideas. It kind of ties into another resolution. So these two are kind of tied together. So this other one is like try 3 things I've always hesitated to do.
Oh, I like it.
So
I like
I've
that a lot.
always hesitated to do all these ideas. Like I feel like we talk about like a lot of ideas that I always have.
Yeah.
And I feel like I never like follow through on any of them.
I resonate with that. I have a folder or a note in my phone where I add all these business ideas.
Yeah.
And every once in a while I look at them, I'm like, fuck, this would still be amazing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to put more effort into one of them, and again try 3, like actually try and not. I mean I've always hesitated in the past, so really try 3 of these things. And when I say try 3 things I've hesitated before, it doesn't necessarily need to be like a side gig business thing. It could just literally be something I've always hesitated. I can't think of any right now. I mean, one is like. Okay, this one's kind of dumb because I actually don't think it's a good idea to do it, but I wouldn't mind getting like a motorcycle temporarily.
I think that's amazing. That's so cool.
Like just for like a month or 2, and then just sell it off after.
Wow,
Because like
Joyce's
cousin buys and sells motorcycles.
Yeah.
So I might try to like get one off him in transition. So like after he's just bought 1 or 2, and then I take one off of him for family price, and then give it back to him to sell. Right. The reason, like, I think my parents would fucking murder me for that, but whatever, I'll try it out. I think it's a really cool like project to get into because like I would love to fix motorcycles. That'd be a cool thing because they're like pretty much an easier version of a car, like a much easier version of a car, which ties into my other resolution. But we can move on back to you first. But anyways, yeah, put more effort into some type of side gig. So like I kind of already like played around with one. We'll see how it goes, and then if I don't like
the one you were telling me about.
Yeah, I think so. It's just for me. I think I'm too risk averse, but even the stuff I'm doing right now, I still feel like it's not that risky anyways. Like if anything, I lose like $1,000 or something like that, which I know for a lot of people that's a lot of money, but I live at home still, so that's kind of like playing around money. So not too bad. I just want to be more open to trying things. Yeah, so that's one of them.
What's one of the 3 things that
Okay,
you said that as one of the 3, and
I haven't said it for sure. Like,
okay,
but I think like that's a good number. Like 3 significant
I like that
things that I've hesitated. Like you, I haven't spent a lot of time on my New Year's resolution, so I can't like solidify any specific thing right now. But I do want to give myself that goal, and then like next year this time I want to come back to this podcast. I might
just adopt that goal too.
Hey, fuck you too. All right.
When you make such a really good goal, you become an inspiration to other people. I really like that. It's very
mom, she can play with it.
It's really up to the independent person to decide what 3 things that they want to do. And I feel like a lot of people have things that they've always kind of put off and said, I want to do this someday. I want to make this happen one day. That's actually pretty good to be like, all right, pick 3 of those things and make it happen.
Yeah. I want to do it. We'll see. Like some of them might be to other people not that big of a deal, but I think it's kind of neat. So like one of them might be like get a new 3D printer, like an upgrade.
Ooh.
Significant amount of money, but I think it's kind of cool. But that's still kind of safe, I think, in my opinion, because I kind of understand a lot of it. I'm no expert, but I don't think it's that risky because like I can buy it and I know I'd be able to use it for sure.
I also feel like if it's important to you and you think it's interesting, then it doesn't matter at all whether people think it's cool or
yeah, but like for me, it won't be really like I want to be outside my comfort, and that's not that outside of my comfort. If I buy a brand new like upgraded 3D printer, right, that's still within my comfort, right? I want to do like I want these 3 things to make me like things in the past where I've thought about it and then I've given up after just thinking. I want to like not just do that. I want to like think about it and be like, okay, it's scary. I don't want to do it. Let's do it, kind of thing.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Yeah, what's you have another one or no?
Okay, let me think.
Okay, you don't have another one. I'll just keep going.
Go ahead.
I want to do more projects on my car. So like in the past, I have always.
Oh, I have one.
I've always complained about like, oh, it's too cold to work on my car in the winter, and then come summer, I'm too busy and shit. I want to commit more on projects with my car, and then this is like almost like a bucket list, but it might happen this year, it might not. The reason why it won't happen this year is that I'm not sure about the logistics, but I've always wanted to do a project car. But that also means I need garage space, like a 3-month permanent garage space, so I can just put the car up on jacks for like 3 months.
Yeah, and
just keep working on it.
Would you rent somebody's garage space for that?
I'd have to figure out. Maybe I can like take my dad. Like maybe in the summer he'd be willing to park one of his cars outside instead, and then I can just work on that. But like I said, this is like more of a bucket list thing. So like the New Year's resolution is do more projects on my car. But maybe in the summer that would inspire me to actually do a project car.
Yeah,
right? Like
it's
maybe
pretty cool.
Yeah. So then
What kind of car? What do you think this would be?
I don't know, whatever's on the market. Like it's pretty much like, hey, what's good price on used right now on Kijiji?
Like anything, any specific, like
I
no
mean,
specific
I
style,
usually-
not
so,
a
like,
muscle car, Japanese car.
So I don't want to go. Again, I'm so risk averse, but like I would do like a Honda or Toyota because I'm so familiar with their engines. Where it's like it'll still be hard, but it'll be much easier with me. Like I have all the or not all, but I have a lot of like Honda and Toyota specific tools and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it'll be a lot easier for me to do those ones.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's like less risky, but I think that's not bad for a start because like if I do it and I do like it, I might end up doing more project cars in the future.
I would say so. Like, why do you have to go 0 to 100?
Yeah, and then the other thing too is because like I've always like the garage space in the winter always I've always hesitated to do this. And the other thing was money, but now it's like this is the time I can kind of splurge a little bit on myself if this is a goal that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the two things that have always held me back is kind of not. I'm not rich by any means, but it's like I'm more willing to spend a bit more on this hobby because I want to like try it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something is one of my goals this year. So the goal is just do more projects on my car, but it might lead into a project car.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
You have another one?
Yeah, the one I wanted to add is that I want to get a new job.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I've been saying that for a while, but I want to say specifically a little bit outside of the field that I'm doing right now.
Like bubble tea manager?
No, like right now I'm a developer.
Okay.
And I kind of find that my daily tasks are really repetitive and boring, and I don't feel like I'm that motivated by it anymore. And so I want to find a new job in a role that is still in the tech section,
right?
But not specifically a developer. And I want that. I want to challenge myself to have that goal be something slightly more in the creative side of things.
An undeveloper.
Yes. Perhaps something like a middleman in between the two, maybe like UI or.
Why don't you just be a graphics designer?
No, I don't want to go that far left.
Oh, I see. You don't want to go that hippie.
Yeah. I do not want to do any like things that require a portfolio type of thing, but I do want to go something that'll give me a little bit more creative freedom.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm really good at what I do. But something that I have found that I need is a sense of creativity in what I do, because that is just the type of person that I am.
Right.
And so I'm trying to focus more on that, and I want to try and challenge myself to get a new role that is slightly outside of my field and that has more of a creative factor to it.
Okay, that's cool. I do have a work related one I haven't really put down here, but I think I want to. So like I started this new position and I still have this mentality like I want to learn as much as I can in this position. I want to get really, really good at this position, but I want to give myself 1 year to do that and then fuck off from this position. So I think technically in this role I should be here for 18 months. So it should be a year and a half.
Yeah.
Pretty much the idea is like this plant is going to do a shutdown. I'm doing a lot of the design work for the shutdown. Within my means, I want to learn everything I can to do the design portion of it. Do as much, if not all, of the potential projects they have for this. And then at some point, I want to be like, oh, I don't have much work left. And then they have to start making stuff up for me to do. And at that point, I'm like, all right, Benshaw, I'm ready to leave. Like I did all the design they asked me to do. Everything's done, right? They could theoretically go out with these packages and go do this job. The only thing that's left is they just want me to stick around to make sure the jobs go all okay. Yeah. But if that's going to be 4 months of me doing fuck all, I'm not going to do that. Right?
I like it.
But if I do still end up, and I still am learning a lot and still doing a lot by the end of the year, then I won't be sad, taking that last 6 months to finish it off. Right. But if I can push myself to really get good at what I do, I feel like I can finish most, if not all of it before then. And then I can say, it's pretty much like, it's almost like giving them an ultimatum. Like, you guys want me to stay? There's two things you need to do. Like, give me more work and give me more money.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, then I'm going back to Montreal and we're going to do our own thing.
Of course.
Yeah. Because one of the limitations I do find as being a contractor, it's like them being your client, it's up to them. Like you can help them with things, you can suggest things to them, but their overall work system, you can never do anything about.
Yeah.
So like how they do things, you can never really affect, which kind of sucks because there's like some inefficiencies, some really like shitty programs, some really shitty systems that are doing things. And that kind of sucks because like when I was working at Bantrell, when that happened, the way we worked, it was a bit better. Like I could suggest things and within the month we could actually implement those things.
Yeah.
Whereas here, it's like, it's not my company. I don't really have a say in it. Like I kind of just work for them right now. Right. Which is good. Like I appreciate the experience because pretty much they're saying, okay, we're willing to pay you an engineer salary to teach you how to do this stuff. Yeah. I'm like, okay, fine. That's fair. Right. But then at some point I know I can't stay here long term because it's like the stuff I want to implement, you guys probably won't ever allow me to implement.
Yeah.
And in my actual company that I work for, they'll probably let me do that.
You find a lot more value in that.
Yeah. Being able to like implement these efficiencies or whatever it might be to like improve something. So right now it's good because like right now I'm willing to learn, they're willing to teach. And I just want to like be a sponge and absorb as much as I can from them. Mm-hmm. But there's only so much I can learn at some point. Like people have built career off of this. So like there is technically no limit. But I like the 80-20 rule. Like if I learn about 80% of it or most of it, like unless I'm going to be a full-time designer for them, it doesn't make sense for me to keep learning the last 20%.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine you would naturally learn that 20% regardless, as long as you continue doing the work.
If I kept doing it, like I feel like the last 20% always takes the longest. It's just like, it's like you just keep doing your job, and if everything's just kosher, you don't really learn anything. And it's only if these like very unique situations pop up, you'll learn something different.
That makes sense.
But then if they don't pop up, then like it might take 2 years to pop up. It might take 10 years to pop up for those.
I can kind of see that. I feel like I'm at that level with my job right now, or I'm at that point, and probably that's why I'm really fucking bored.
Yeah. And then, I mean, the whole reason like me getting my certificate is I do want to end up doing something. So like I know my managers back at Manchester is actively trying to find a big project so then they can have they can justify putting me full time on this other project to working on development for them, right? So, but yeah, that's the goal. My goal is just to learn as much as I can, and like it's kind of like learning general knowledge too. It's like if you worked on one plant, you kind of know how most plants work. Like they're different, but they're not like, whoa, this is like, you know, between aerospace and like naval. It's not that different. You know what I mean? It's like it's still in the same realm. So I want to absorb as much of that as I can and then move on.
I like it.
Yeah. Do you have any more? I have one last one after that.
You can add your last one and I'll see if I can.
I want to be, this is a weird goal because I don't even know how to like, it's like a very dumb goal because there's no attainable thing. But I've always wanted to be an incredibly good or incredibly, what's a good adjective for this? Not successful. I just want to be the ultimate DIYer.
Ooh.
But I don't know how to like I just want to push myself to do more DIY shit.
Okay, I like it.
I already do a lot of DIY stuff.
So what are you expecting out of yourself?
So one, just working on my car will already excel me in this field of DIY, right? And then maybe like 1 or 2 home projects, right? Like building something at home. And then this one, the last one's gonna be the hardest one. You
did quite a bit of cool shit to your table.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty proud of my table, and yeah.
I think it's berserk.
But I want to be even better at it. And that's like using and doing cooler projects that I've never really thought of. Like maybe like this might sound dumb, but like maybe even like building a shelf from scratch. That'd be kind of cool. Like a full on like floor to ceiling shelf from scratch.
Like whittling it from
like literally just going out and buying wood and then bringing it home and like measuring it and like buying nice pieces of wood and then like sanding it down, staining it and all that shit.
That's like a lot of fun.
That's an idea. I'm not like completely convinced on that. And then the last one, so it's like maybe 2 home rental stuff, more stuff with my car, and then the last one is something electrical related because I suck at that shit. So I really got to get better. I know that's what I lack the most is my knowledge in electronics. So I want to get better at that. So that might be like building a mini robot or something, or like buying some motors and actuators and like a Raspberry Pi or something, and then just like doing something cool with it, right?
I have an old Raspberry Pi. Do you want to use it?
I mean, that's not too much of the concern because I know most of them are like plug and play.
Yeah.
But I want to know more of like the basis of it. Like if I had a motor and just a motor without anything else, like could I figure out which motor controller to get? can I figure out how to connect the motor controller? Now, could I use this motor and mount it in a certain way to do a certain task?
Oh, I think you can figure it out. I did that for a few things.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, okay, let's actually do that. Like, I always know the theory and the physics to it of how this shit works, but like actually doing it is the problem. With electrical, like I just always struggle with that shit.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much this whole year is a lot of fucking hobbies is what I'm trying to get into, because they're all hobbies, but like being more serious about my hobbies, because even a side gig is essentially like a hobby that you turn serious, almost, right? Kinda ish. It depends on what it is, but yeah.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, like this year just I mean, to some people it'd be fun, but to me it's like I always try my best, and I always like put a lot of pressure on myself. Not like bad, like when I say stress, I think people like think of it negatively. Like it's a good stress for me because it gets me motivated, because I'm pretty stress free. Yeah. But I want to put that stress on myself to like be better, kind of.
I like it. I would like to challenge myself. I was thinking of something health related, because I feel like I always can do better.
Oh, I have a health related one.
In health related areas. Yeah. But at the level that I'm doing everything right now, I'm satisfied for now. Until you were talking about stress.
Oh, are you stressed?
I feel like I'm not stressed, because when it comes to things that are stressful, I think I can just do the best that I can do, and I can do my best work. And then if that's enough or not enough, then that's just how it's going to be. So mentally, I'm not stressed, but I do feel like physically my body retains a lot of stress. So subconsciously, I'll always shrug my shoulders, or I'll clench my teeth. Or when it comes to I notice this a lot because of my night routine too. Without my night routine or a solid like routine in place, I hold a lot of stress in my body, and it's really hard for me to just unwind and disconnect.
Oh, really? Like, yeah. When you lay down and read a book, you're not.
Unless if I'm really engaged in the book, then that's fine. I can get into the book, completely lost, don't know anything that's happening around me. But I'm saying, I would imagine that your average person, if they're literally just sitting in their car or chilling on the couch, you can disconnect really easily, just relax, think about nothing at all. But I'm always thinking about the next thing that I need to do, or what I did yesterday, or something that I need to reflect on, or reflecting about my day, or something. Like it's really, really hard for me to just think about nothing.
Wait, when you scroll on TikTok, what are you thinking about?
I don't scroll on TikTok that much. Okay. But when I scroll on TikTok, it feels like I consistently have two things going on at once. I'm like watching TikTok, but also there's like a voice and a timer going on in the background of my mind. Like the voice is saying like, okay, Viv, like this is enough. Like you got to go do the next thing. Come on, the whole time. Yeah. And then the timer is like this little stressor that is slowly rising the entire time that I'm sitting down. That like,
oh really?
It feels more and more stressful the longer I'm sitting down, quote unquote, wasting my time, or like scrolling on TikTok, or just sitting there. And I feel like that's something that I need to.
Man, you have to learn to be bored.
Yeah, I remember you saying that it's very important. So I don't bring my phone into the washroom when I go to the washroom with me. Yeah. Because I'm like, okay, this is something easy that you can do. You can just sit here, do the thing that you need to do on the toilet, or just like when I brush my teeth, I just like sit on the floor, or I just stand there and try not to do anything. And those are the moments where I really try to incur boredom.
That seems not.
But I would say I still think about a lot of things when I'm doing that stuff. So I feel like that would be really, really good.
Like learn
health
to be
forward.
Yeah. No, I think I think my best ideas, and like when I try to solve anything, it's usually boredom helps me inspire some of that.
Oh yeah.
Like sometimes I'll think about like random math shit when I'm bored. But I'm still bored. I'm just like thinking about stuff. Or like sometimes I'll sit there and then not like, okay, for example, if I'm waiting to go to an appointment, I'll sit there, and I think most people pop on their phone and stuff. I don't really have that much data, so I just don't do that sometimes. Yeah. And then I'll just like look around, and I'll just like people watch, and I'll see like this is where I come up with ideas of like, oh, how to, a product idea or a sequence or activity idea, and I just by watching other people and just seeing how things are, right?
I like that. I try doing that when I go to walk Lumi at the parks too.
Oh yeah.
I'll find a bench sometimes if it's not cold.
Yeah.
And it's the summertime, I'll literally sit there for like an hour and just
I think.
But it takes a while to get to that point of boredom, I would say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can do it instantly almost. Like when I walk Taro, like when I'm half a block away from my house, I'm already just bored and thinking about random shit.
That's crazy.
Like thinking about random ideas. Like I'll walk around and then I'll see a house and I'll like, oh, that window looks interesting. Oh, maybe I should look into like how windows do their UV protection and shit.
I like that a lot. That takes me a long time to get to that point.
No, and then if I see like a specific car go by, I was like, oh, that's a very interesting car. Or like if someone's like car goes by that sounds really loud, I was like, I wonder if I can do anything with my exhaust or like how that works or like how does sound resonate through an exhaust and shit like that. And then I'll just like start thinking about all these random ideas as I walk. And then by the time I'm done, it's like end of walk. And
I'm envious. That sounds really nice. Really, really peaceful.
Yeah, I mean it's nice, especially when you have problems. Like when you have like I love math problems. So like sometimes you ever see the YouTube shit where there's like a math problem? It's like, oh, how do you solve? Oh, this was on the SAT. How would you solve that? Right?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I was like, oh, I fucking pause the video and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna go on a walk. And I was like, oh, now I can think about it the whole time. Because like it's even harder. Like when you have pen and paper, it makes it even easier to do the math. But when you're just thinking about it, you have to like think differently, more abstract, because you can't record your thoughts. So then you have to like think of the most efficient way to solve the problem now. Not just like solving the problem, but what's the most efficient way with using the least amount of memory, but the most amount of like thinking. That. Yeah.
I'm hot girl shit.
Dude, I don't know. I love those math videos. I feel like YouTube knows I love those, so they always like pop up in random ones. Like, oh, find the diameter of this. I was like, oh fuck, I gotta find the diameter of this. Right. It was on an SAT. I have to prove that I'm smarter than the fucking Americans.
That's very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
I like reading science articles. I feel like that's a really great way for me to disconnect. And I'll be like, oh, but what does this mean? And what could that mean? Oh my God, if they advance at this area, blah, 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 like that. Yeah. But then, overall, the New Year's resolution goal is to be able to disconnect and remove stress.
Yeah.
More. Yeah. Better.
You know, I in this past year I've done a lot of like AI news research. Like I pretty much just read articles and write notes about the articles. I can't do it anymore. Like they're all about the same now. Like back then every second or third article would be interesting to me. And now it's like one every 6 or 7 articles interesting. Because the rest is just like the same shit going on. Oh yeah, more government regulation or no government regulation. Oh, they're doing this. Oh, they added, this modality, or oh, they added like 5 more languages to this AI model. I was like, it's just whatever now, right? It's like not as interesting anymore. So I've been trying to find like new things because you know how I have my daily learning thing at work.
Oh my God, I'll send you things that I find interesting. The top things, really interesting things. So, I do send it to you once in a blue moon when I'm like, holy shit, I really want to know his opinion of this.
Yeah. So far, what's always been consistent is Veritasium videos. I love his videos.
Oh, yes.
Because I like his credibility. Like, he's a PhD guy, right? So like, he knows the shit he's talking about. He's not just like some fucking...
This is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this might sound weird, but I think I want to learn more about the Microsoft shit just because I'm so into their universe now. Yeah. Just because like everything's so integrated now. It's just like, oh,
what do you still use? You don't use Notion anymore, right?
Nah, I like barely. Like it's only my personal. I feel like Notion's great if you don't go to work.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like at work, they have their own stuff. They usually have Microsoft OneNote or some shit like that. Like you can't just download Notion at work. You
know what's interesting? My work uses the entire Microsoft suite.
Yeah.
But I'm in charge of planning out our Notion.
Oh yeah, that's pretty dumb.
And everything too. And I'm like, why?
Because like if you use Microsoft, like they have enough tools, and even better tools.
We also use MS Planner too, which I feel like
like if you use the entirety of Microsoft of all their suites, you have better tools than Notion already because you have the whole ChatGPT already integrated into all their tools. So it's like it's already even better than Notion, and not just is it better, it's better for collaboration than Notion. So like I haven't completely given up on Notion, but I kind of because like I'm trying to use OneNote to do the same things as Notion does now.
Yeah,
with a combination of whatever else Microsoft gives us. Right? And it's just like I feel like. Until there's some type of revolution, almost all companies will use Microsoft. Like I find there's almost none that won't. Like almost every operating system is going to be Microsoft.
Like Microsoft isn't that attractive though. Like they're freaking UX or their design?
Yes, their UX. Their UX is pretty bad.
Looks pretty bad. It's fucking disgusting, actually, for SharePoint especially.
Yeah. It's not just the look. It's literally UX. Like, it's literally the experience is sometimes really shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's not a good alternative out there right now. Like,
that's true.
For a while when I was in university, I thought Google's environment was pretty good, and then when I started working, I was like, Google's environment is fucking dog shit compared to Microsoft.
I would say Google's is more user friendly. It's like the Apple.
Yeah, but then it's just like it's not a good workhorse, right? Like it just like the biggest thing I had gripe on is like their fucking Gmail. Like you can't have your like pop-out email open and see the previous ones and then write a new one.
Really?
It's so dog shit. Like just the way Gmail works.
I only use Gmail for personal.
Yeah, me too. So like for that, it works really well. Yeah. But I feel like for work situations, like attachments and all that shit, like Microsoft just has a fucking
terrible. They
just took over for that shit. Like Google just can't really keep up with that.
Yeah, I can definitely see how amazing Microsoft is for their entire integration with all their other suites.
Yeah. And then so like especially for work stuff, there's always like a liability issue. So like the fact that they have everything backed up, OneDrive, SharePoint, all that shit, you don't lose all your information. You can always like track back and see all that stuff. I was like, you can't really beat it right now. You can't. Like maybe one day someone will make it better, but it's so hard because they've done this for like 30 plus years, right?
Yeah.
Like ever since Microsoft, whatever, Windows, whatever,
and it's
90 something.
Heavily integrated. Everything is heavily integrated. The more apps you use, the more convenient it is to work between the apps and to check out other people's profiles and check out what your work you're doing here.
And I think they understand their UX sucks, and I do believe they're trying to get it better. For example, in Power BI, they have monthly updates. So every month they'll add new features, and most of those features are suggested by users. Right, so a user will suggest something. They probably have like a list of like a million different suggestions, but you can like certain suggestions. So they'll probably take like the top 100 that has the most likes, and then they'll filter those ones out to see which ones are the easiest to actually implement. And then they literally make YouTube videos every month saying, these are the new shit we've added. Here's a demo of how you're going to use this new stuff.
Nice.
Right. And I feel like they're going to start, or if they haven't already, they're going to start doing that with all their stuff. Because they have Microsoft Loop, Microsoft Copilot, they have all that shit. And it's just going to be, I don't know. At the moment, currently 2025, I feel like it's so hard to beat in terms of work related shit.
I see that.
So then I was thinking, maybe instead of learning all this AI shit, because I am almost fully saturated, just the shit doesn't interest me anymore. It's always like, this country did this with their or Google Gemini
it's something that's not within your control for something that you can touch, right? Or use at the moment.
It's just so it is so out of touch. It's like, Gemini uses 5 billion parameters now, and ChatGPT uses like 3.2 billion. I was like, it doesn't do anything. Like I can make notes about this, but it doesn't increase my knowledge in any way, right? Now you said like, they
created the super quantum computer chip called Willow.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting, but it's not something that you can grasp or use right now.
Yeah, it's like, okay, how is it? I don't actually even completely understand how they can like use quantum computer. Like, no, okay, sorry. I know how they're going to use it, but I don't know how they're going to get to that point.
How it works?
Yeah, that too.
Oh, you know how everything that we use right now is ones and zeros?
Yes, yeah, and they're using qubits and stuff. Yes. But like, you understand that as a concept, right?
Oh, but not exactly when you break it down into physical elements.
Like, so they say it needs to be at negative whatever temperature, right? Like, why does that affect the quantum mechanics of it, right? Yes. Like, all that stuff feels so out of touch. Like, if you explain to me how an actual computer works with ones and zeros, that makes complete sense to me.
Yes.
When we talk about qubits and like negative 100 whatever degree Celsius, and then like
that's very finicky how you need the fucking
and like if it's so finicky, how are you like actually doing anything with it if it's so finicky, right? Right. Whereas like, computer, you can definitely say it's a 1 or a 0, right? Whereas this one, it's like with qubits, it's so fucking, it's like
specific.
Yeah, it's so confusing and shit. And it's just like, you guys need to find a way to dumb this down just a bit more and I feel like the reason why they can't dumb it down that much is maybe that not only do they not fully understand it yet, is what I suspect. It's like they don't fully understand it to the degree that they can dumb it down for people, because they're still also trying to figure shit out.
Yes.
And it's
throwing spaghetti at the wall.
Yeah, and it's just not at that point right now. So I was like, okay, fair. But it might be really soon. I just don't understand that quantum mechanics enough.
I can see it.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. There's all these like AI news shit, and it's just like, I don't relate. I don't understand. I don't see how this will help me right now. Like. maybe at one point you're saying, oh, this is the specific prompts you might have to use and shit. That might help me a little bit. But even then,
what's your opinion towards a prompt engineer? I
I
heard that's a new role that's going to.
Yes, and did you hear they're building AIs to try to figure out that role too? Yeah. So it's like, it's cool, but I don't know. Is there like a science to it? It just feels like.
I think it's really just.
Yeah, I don't know.
Playing with
words to get something,
and being really good with the words and knowing exactly how, or I guess I can kind of see it, knowing exactly how the
engine works,
yes. And how it breaks down your question into parts.
Yes,
and how it analyzes it instead of it doesn't read your words word by word.
Yeah. So like
if you know that
you understand what they do, so then you can create a better version for them to use.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, someone can take that role of prompt engineer and turn that into AI. So then you input into that AI that inputs into the beginning AI.
Your role is already obsolete.
And then at that point, they just take out the middleman and then they just go straight to
That's true.
the AI with your dumb prompt, and they'll make something smart of it.
That's true.
Right.
That's something I low-key feel like the juniors in my industry will get washed away from, like developers. For sure will be gone.
So you think like basic coding development would
for sure
okay,
will be taken over by
that, I mean,
you can already do that right now.
Yeah, I mean, that was always one thing I always thought of for a long time, where it's like, how I always go back to this really silly example. How like Excel used to be really hard back then. You had to take a course, like back when our parents were trying to go work and stuff like that, right? Excel was really tough.
It was like proficient in Word could get you a fancy job.
Yeah. And then I just feel like people just understood it, then it got easier, then it kind of just got phased out as like you just need to know it kind of thing.
And it's like, you don't know Word, what the fuck?
Yeah, but then also it works both ways, because the developers also made it easier for them to use, right? Like they'll have like autofill and all this other shit.
It's very intuitive to know how to use it.
I always thought for sure that actual development would go into that route where they start making it like a visual development, right? Like where you like do a visual, like even Microsoft has already started to do this, where like you do if loops with visuals instead of just like actual typing all the if loops and shit, right? Like Microsoft with their Power Automate, they've already done that. Like you actually you can do it the coding way, but it doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, like that's what they're doing. They're trying to like put it into normal people's hands to make it easier.
Exactly. So I think juniors will be completely wiped out.
I mean, some stuff still kind of boggles my mind. Like, how does the game engine work?
I don't know.
Like, how do you go from... Okay, so like I know how you go from code to ones and zeros. Like pretty much back then, probably way back, like 30, 40 years ago, they actually had to, understand the ones and zeros that translate into a code to actually do something, to pretty much move a bunch of switches to compute some action, right? Which is usually compute, like a calculator, right? But then now, how do you go from the word codes like Python to a fucking like dinosaur running at you at a game?
Oh, you include graphics. It's literally like the same thing. It's like when you let's see, how do I break this down? It's like when you do hello world.
Yeah.
That's world, just pure text.
Yes. Yeah,
and you don't include any graphics at all. And but then you can put input. You can use input. You can say, ask the user or get the user to click this one button, and when they click this one button, it'll print words. So then that includes your interaction within it. And then you can add more complexity into that. You can say, okay, get this user to click 1 or 2. And when they click 1 or 2, it's going to click, if they click 1, it's going to say hello world. If they click 2, it's going to say goodbye. Yeah. So that now you have some interaction. And then after that, you can input images. So it can say, okay, start off with this image. And this is what the opening screen is going to look like. This button, when they click this button, it's going to bring you to this screen, or it's going to do this specific thing. And then if they click this other button, it's going to do this specific thing. If they move their mouse over here, it's this specific thing. So it's really simple.
I understand that part. Like in my engineering computer course, we like built a game and shit, right? But it's most of it's like 2D and shit. But when you get to these like Unreal Engine where they have some like crazy like 3D looking shit, I was like, holy fuck, how did you guys go from like fucking hello world to this?
They use like vector programs for that.
It looks so insane. It's kind of crazy too, because theoretically, like when I do FEA, that's also what I'm doing. I'm taking some type of model that I created, and I'm doing a theoretical physics to it, which is what they're doing, right? With their Unreal Engines. But some of it looks so, like when I see the graphics, I was like, this is so insane. It feels so like non-achievable for myself, if that makes sense. I can see that.
When it looks indistinguishable from real life.
Yeah, you're like, how the fuck did you code this with fucking words?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how the fuck did that work?
I can see that.
Right.
How long did this fucking take to work on that water that it looks like real water?
Yeah.
I heard that there were some movies where they had to decrease the realistic factor of the water because it was doing something to the people that was watching it because they couldn't differentiate whether it was real water or fake water, that it was just like blowing their minds too much, so that they had to make the water look less real. Which I think is insane.
I feel like they should go all in.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest issue I had with Avatar 2, okay, one, the story did suck, but they should have made the entire movie like half an hour shorter and spent more time rendering. Like, some of the scenes were cool, but it looks so shoddy. It looks like, dude, you guys did not spend enough budget and time to render this part.
They didn't take 10 years this time.
Yeah. Well, like, literally, if they cut the movie down for like half an hour, maybe even a whole hour, because it was a really long fucking movie.
How long was it?
I think it was like almost 3.5 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Let me see. Avatar.
I haven't watched
2.
it.
Duration.
I was still shocked. The first time I went to go watch Avatar, I thought it was Avatar like Aang.
Airbender. You're like, what the fuck are these blue fucks? Yeah, Avatar Way of Water was 3 hours and 12 minutes. If they made this movie 2.5 hours and they spent all that time rendering instead of like making these extra scenes, I felt like the movie would have been so much better. Because the scenes they did get right was so immersive, like the graphics was so good, but the scenes that you could tell they took a shortcut in the rendering looked so bad. I was like, this looks like fucking 2000s video game rendering.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
But then the scenes they took a lot of time. It looks so realistic. It's like you're in another world. And then the other ones look like, you know, like a video game where a spacecraft is moving. It just looks so bad. I was like, oh my god, guys, why don't you just spend the extra time on the rendering?
Oh, that really sucks. I feel like that pulls you out of the movie.
Yes.
When you can see disconnection.
Because like when I went to watch Avatar, it was not for the plot. I knew it was gonna be for some like super crazy animation.
Oh yeah,
that was all I was there for.
Yeah.
And the fact that they fucked that up, I was like, god damn it! How dare you guys? This is the only thing I came for.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, do you have any other New Year's stuff you want to talk about, or New Year's resolution related stuff?
Oh, I was gonna say one that's it's not necessarily this year, but it's kind of just put it in my mind for the following year because I do have a goal of buying a place and fully moving out by the time I hit a specific age.
I assume that's 30 or something.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say my age, but yes, by the time I hit 30, I want to be.
You're not 30 yet.
Okay, well, yeah, but I'm saying like not this year, but next year. I mean, I'm gonna have to make it happen.
Eventually,
so if you can do the math.
It could be 4 years from now. It could be 5 years from now. It could be.
But no, okay, I'm gonna say that I want to start looking into places and start deciding on hard factors and everything like that, so that I can accomplish my goal.
Oh, nice, sick.
In the following year.
Yeah, I have unfortunately no aspirations for that right now.
It's fine.
I'm too greedy. Not buying a house makes me too much money.
I think that for me personally, you know how some people they grow up, or some girls, I would say specifically, maybe some
Asian
guys,
girls specifically
grow up. Oh, okay, no, I wouldn't say Asian girls. I would say it's girls in general. Grow up saying, "Oh, I can't wait till like the day I get married," or like the best day of my life. This will be the one day I really look forward to, and maybe I don't know what it is for some guys or whoever. Yeah. Basically, I'm just comparing to that. I feel like the thing that I've always grown up looking forward to is having my own place. And I think I've saved up enough money and I've thought about this long and hard. I know exactly what I want and everything like that. I just need to make it happen now. And I think that in the last few years, I've just kept saying like, oh, I'll just save up more. I'll just save more. The more money I save, the bigger, nicer, less limited I can feel when I actually do it. But I think it does come to a point where I have saved enough money and now it's just... I'm just making it almost an excuse not to do it.
Dude, for me, it's my greed, I think. It's so hard.
And I can see that. And to a degree, it feels like, oh, when I do this, then this is kind of the big goal, the big thing I've been looking forward to my whole life.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's some part of me that's been withholding from doing it because it's like, okay, once I achieve this big goal I've always been looking forward to, then what? What's the big thing? But I think I'm at the point where I know what that big thing would be, and it would be my business.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm not interested in that right now. Not interested. It's too hard for me.
You have other goals.
Yeah, my life is too easy right now. Actually, for me, I think it was ever since I started engineering. One of my big goals was to have my own shop, like my workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's easy. That's just a garage.
I mean, you're kind of working on it.
Yeah, I know. I'll see. It'd be cool if I could find like a really cheap place to lease, like a really cheap garage to lease.
Maybe.
And just like a heated, like a heated warehouse, like a small heated warehouse to lease, and just like put some lifts there and shit. But I think that's I'd have to like use it for other reasons. Like I'd have to like
for you to feel like it's worth it.
Yeah, like I'd have to start a business, and part of that business expense is I needed a bit of warehouse space, and then use that same warehouse for my own workshop.
You know what you could do? Yeah. Buy a massive 3D printer and start selling shit from it, or get custom requests from it.
Yeah.
Easy business idea.
Yeah, right.
Use part of that space for your.
I feel like that
your car.
Super big 3D printer might be the cost of a house to buy. And I think some places actually don't even sell it to. They'll only lease it to. Like,
oh, really?
I feel like they won't straight up sell because like they want you to use their shit. Like they want you to be part of them.
Oh, like a subscription type of shit.
Maybe, I don't know. I'll figure that out. But no, I have thought, I was like, oh man, if I could like get some like small business, nothing that makes crazy money.
I'd imagine that would be so up your alley.
Like some small chill business, but like part of the business is I have to like lease a small heated warehouse and then use that small heated warehouse as my workshop. Oh, that'd be so sick.
3D printing.
I might actually like end up living there. You know what I mean? Like not legally, but like I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna put a little couch there,
crash there all the time.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm spending the weekend there.
I can see that. Have a little mini fridge there, a microwave.
Yeah, yeah, possibly, or like literally go to the junkyard, get like a stove that's quote unquote broken, and fix it myself, and just use it there and shit.
Freaking toilet somewhere.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. I'll think about it.
That'd be pretty sick.
Just some type of small business where I need a warehouse, so it have to be some type of like import export shit. But yeah,
it can't be 3D printing.
I don't want to do a 3D print farm, but I mean I could, but I don't know. I know of some other farms already in Edmonton that does 3D printing. I don't know if I want to do that, but that super big one would be a pretty cool idea. But who the fuck am I? Like, why would they offer it?
You could be somebody.
We'll see.
People with I would much rather trust somebody that's interested in the field because they're passionate about it than somebody that's doing it because they think that it's lucrative.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that ends up going, but that'd be cool. That'd be cool to have a little workshop space.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, we're gonna end this podcast. See you guys in the
Thanks
new
for listening.
year.
Bye bye.
Bye.